Welcome, guys. It's 3rd of December. Finally, we see some strength from the bulls. We did settle a higher high after like October, I guess. Yeah, that's the October one. That's the last time we see a higher high on the chart. So finally, we see some strength. Is this enough to bring us a little bit more higher up? Let's have a look. So far, we have a long and short ratio that it's starting to get a little bit more close to the neutral line. That's the first step. Now we need to flip it. So eventually we need to see something like this happening, and then we might see a reversal in the charts and getting into it. I have a feeling we're not going to do it in one go. We might do something like over here we did it. Like first time we're going to touch with each other. We're going to be something over there, pull back, and again. And that's the second one. It's going to bring us a little bit more higher up. So that's what I'm aiming for. But there is still way to the downside. We are 58%. We came quite heavily from the 80%. So that's a good sign. Not much of the movement of the chart. That's the first in like 10, 11 days that we did a higher high. So we regained something technically. So far, we are still aiming to do this whole flip touch of the neutral line, or maybe we're going to reverse and do some different things that we used to do it over here. That's still possible. That's not say that we don't need to do it. We had a really good movement on the daily wise yesterday, and yeah, yesterday both ways. So technically, it's showing some strength. There is more to it. Okay. So moving on the bits, we did regain all of the high volume stuff over here, and point of control. That's as well exact the same level as the daily, December and the weekly and the previous daily. So I was really surprised that we regained that quite easily, to be honest with you. But anyhow, we are open to the downside with a little bit more of the fair value gap again. So breaking this whole point of control, that's the 91.06, to be exact. Breaking that, it will bring us a little bit more lower to 87.3. That's the next step that we're gonna see each other if we break something. So far, we are holding, we are regaining, and right now we are trying to retest the daily that's been open last night. So be aware, we are finding the support. If we start to hold that, then finally we might break some upside movement as well. We are still in the resistance area. We are still didn't flip the RSI level. We are still there, but we did regain the higher high. So that's good. That's positive. Yeah, over that, let's move on over here. So below us, it's still quite stacked on heavy liquidity and quite nicely as well. So that's why we mentioned the 85.8-ish area. If we start to get back below the previous support of point of control, we might slide a little bit lower, and that's the area what I think we're gonna find our support. That's quite thick of a liquidity. Maybe we're gonna slide a little bit lower, but then we're gonna try to hold on that structure over here. High time frame, don't think there's much change from yesterday, but let's have a look if this can load a little bit more quicker. Awesome. Yeah, we're still grinding into the resistance pocket, but still a little bit more to take out above it, but we are starting to pulling back and looking to find that support over here. Holding that, that's great. That's the continuation that we want. We're going to finally do some damage to the upside. Getting a little bit more below that, we're going to slide, right? And that slide is going to be definitely into that V bottom area, what we had it over here for the second, and hopefully we're gonna hold on that. If not, then there is a little bit more to the downside on that one. So let's go and see what's the heavy stuff doing on the high time frame as well. Yeah, that pocket over here, the 97.3, or that's the area that you should be interested into that one. That's the high time frame. That's the daily high as well that we are coming from. So regaining that, that's going to bring you a little bit more higher up into the 100K area. Retest that high. So that's really interesting one. That's the mid area that you want to see the price getting into it and grinding a little bit more higher. So far, we still could do some sideways to just to grind a little bit more of liquidity. So, and trap as well some traders into it. Moving on the charts. Why is this doing like that? anyhow, moving on. Let's start with VIX. That's been quite interesting as well. Like I've been mentioning, the area that I'm looking into it is 18 above us to regain and failing of 15. That's the range that you should be aware of. This is the whole area that we might do the sideways. I will not be surprised about that if we're going to go a little bit more sideways. But regaining 18, it's going to send us a little bit more higher up into the high that we failed from to retest that, or maybe even start to get some reaction from around the 23. But that said, the volatility is going to come into the market. Most likely we're going to dump from it or retrace a little bit lower. I need to stop using the word dump. So retrace a little bit lower. Breaking below 15, that's the greatest thing that you can have for the whole market. That means we're going to send quite quickly and quite heavily into the upside, right into the liquidity, and that's what you technically want, right? So this is still good. Still, we're not going to flip the 18.6, right? Or even staying above the 16 line. That's the middle range, right? Now I'm looking at. So be aware of that, what's going on and how it's reacting. And looking at the oscillator, unfortunately, it doesn't look good for it so far. It's still aiming to go higher up. We might even stay a little bit more longer in that range. We had that one before. This is what was a regular one. Divergence, not the hidden one. Hidden one is a little bit more reactive for me, in my opinion. Regular one, was as well nice play out. And it's stick in that whole range over here. So I'm aiming that we might do something like this. That might be a little bit more healthier for the whole market. Moving on the Dixie, it finally broke the previous low. For the first time since September the 16th, we finally broke the first low. That's potentially good to go lower, but that doesn't say we are not done with this whole move, right? This is just the first low that we broke. We still can go a little bit more, slide a little bit more lower, right? There's not much to be worried about it. Till we're not gonna regain the high. That's the most important one, right? But sending it really quite heavy into the downside, then yes, the whole market might change, and we might reverse, right? Overall, look at this structure over here. It's kind of the same what we've been doing over here, a little bit more low on the extended version of it. And yes, we could settle this low and we still can even go higher up, right? This is still continuation. Don't get me wrong. This is still uptrending, right? Till we're not gonna break and hold this whole stuff below, right? This is just the first break of the low. That's fine. That's good. But we need to continue right now, right? Into that breaking stuff below and not starting to regain any highs anymore. So next step, 98.7, right? That's the area that you aim for. That's the one that maybe potentially could hold us a little bit for longer or start to do something like this, right? Come back and then start to grind a little bit lower. That could be much more better for the market, right? But then still be aware that we did settle that high, that regained all of that stuff. Next time you're going to get back into that, you aim for 101, okay? So I hope that's a little bit more clear on the Dixie. This is potentially good. Overall, on the bigger picture, doesn't change yet anything on the bigger scale, right? Still potentially uptrending. Then the total 3, great move. We did settle really neat on the low on this area. Didn't break it. It didn't even come close to break it. Like richly almost on the line. So that's good. And now we had that whole candle was higher close than the previous one. That's always good, right? That's always potential for the strength. Now we need to regain the high of that one and flipping the 907 right area. That whole RSI flip that's holding us down, we need to flip that. If not, that means potentially we're gonna do some sideways and then start to grind into that area, right? So we're gonna do this kind of potential move, right? We're gonna test this line quite often till it's gonna break. So potentially looking for something like that. If not, we might do that even quicker and efficient one. So yeah, that's potentially good, right? Still, we're not gonna fail from it and then start to get back in the lows. But yeah, that's really good overall looking for the market. Gold still holding below the weekly high line, so that's a really good resistance area. So yeah, we've been testing it quite often and we still didn't break out from it. This might be the way that we're gonna do it right now, and then still we're potentially gonna be in this little bit range above it. Overall, this is still up movement, right? This didn't break anything to the downside yet. Locally, high time frame, yes we did, but now we are retesting the highs. Let's see how that's gonna be play out. I'm seriously looking for something like this area. Potentially you can switch off even the open ones and see what we are dealing with. Right now we are dealing with the weekly and the December one, right? As I've been mentioning, that is still a level, and it will be for a while a level that it's going to be act as a resistance or a support depending on which way you are. And this is it, right? Flipping this level, that's it as well, the weekly high, then you're going to start to get into this, right? Coming back from it, you might come back a little bit lower into the daily mid range, and the previous weekly that didn't been tested, by the way, on the daily, right? That previous weekly that opened over here, we didn't come back even for that one. So that will definitely react as a support as well for a bounce from it. So be aware of that one. And what we are having right now is the dominance still going higher and regaining the previous highs. Right now we did close above the 59 area. That's still good. Potentially we are regaining that RSI flip, right? We are going higher and closing above it on a high time frame. That's strong. That's good. Going back into the weekly in December, that definitely is going to be acting as a support for even going higher. Now you need to aim for it to break. If you want to in the dominance to go lower, we need to come close below the weekly in the December, close below that, and you're aiming for this hip over here, because that weekly that we flip over here like that, as perfect as it gets, that's the whole RSI flip that we did. We need to break that one. So that's the 59.2 area. So that's the dominance part, and then you're gonna slide a little bit lower into the support that we create over here. That's the February hold. Not really aiming for the February levels outlook, but that's still on the same level as the support over here. So yeah, this is still doing good. That's one. Just want to mention the hodlbot had a sell signal. I found it quite strange because I thought it's gonna fire out a little bit more earlier. I don't know what's happened with it. It should be a little bit more early, I guess. But anyway, it did fire, so it's still potentially long now if some people are getting into it. And like you can see, we having quite nice buyback on the New York Open. So that's good. Then the hidden divergent one, bullish one, that start to playing out, right? So moving on the bundle metrics, we have really good support below us from the bulls, so that's good. That's what you want. And now we need to keep up the pace, right? The bears are not even stepping into it. That's potentially as well good to go even higher. So they let it run. But overall on the oscillator, be aware we are quite heavy overheated. So closing something below any kind of structure right now on the mid time frame and high time frame start to reverse stuff, right? So potentially looking good. We are still aiming to get into this pocket over here. I'm zoom out a little bit, but be aware there is as well a small dead zone of liquidity above us, right? We took out this. I'm having the box into it. We took out the dead zone over here already. We flick into that liquidity above us. So right now we could slide a little bit more higher up if we not start to fail, right? So be aware of that one. And then starting to get into that, we are flipping this hip. We might even start to get back at 97 or even touching the 100K again, because there is a little bit more low on the volume above us. So that potentially can slide a little bit more higher up. And as well, next resistance area is the 101. Be aware of that. Capital flow index, really nice flip. Finally, the Dixie came quite heavily to the downside, already minus 71%. So be aware of that. If we stay below the 60, that's still continuation. If that's gonna come up above the 60, minus 60%, so around the 50 area or 40 area, we start to reverse. Be aware of that. VIX is already starting to recover. But finally, we see the market, the whole market with ETH, the Bitcoin, and the total tree coming back at the neutral line. That's good. I love that to see. It's been a while, I guess a couple months that we've been here. But this is as well for me, make it or break it area, right? We need to stay above it to go higher up. If not, we're going to fail and we're going to stick below it. Then we're going to range, we're going to go sideways and still lower into the area of minus 60% of the capital flow index. So this is the area that is making or breaking right now for the whole market. Let's see how today market open is going to be dealing with all of that stuff. So far, overall, we are getting quite nice and green on the watch list. But yeah, moving on, Bitcoin. And we are on 1 hour, so that's a really good buyback from the daily open. Front run it quite heavily as well, so that's nice. Let's see if this is not only the fake out that we are doing, just the volatility that's coming in from the market open. Now we need to regain stuff again. Yes, we had a higher high over here. That was today in the morning. Yeah, today in the morning we had a higher high, close above this whole structure. It's perfect as it gets. That's what you want. But the only thing is we still are facing the resistance. And the resistance is this block over here. That's the whole RSI flip what we stick below for quite a long time. A long time, I mean from 17th of November, right? We've been there a couple of times. We've been touching that level. Right now we regain the structure, the high, but now we need to flip this area. So technically your line in the sand is still yearly, right? Not acting as a level, is just there as a line because it sticks perfectly with the RSI. So flipping yearly, if you flip and go above the yearly and stay there, then it's game on, right? That's the sign that we're gonna go higher up and we're gonna send a little bit more quicker into the area of 100 or 101 area, right? That's the next resistance that you're gonna aim for. That's the underside retest. So far, if we're not going to do that for now, we're going to stick here above. That's still fine. You grind it out, right? So that's the daily that you're going to hold back at the weekly and December. That's still fine. Grind something like this, and that might be the pop. That's still fine. But make sure you're not going to break anything below the weekly and December. Doing that, you're going to slide again through all of that nothing area, coming back into the previous weekly and the daily. That's the area of 86.9-ish area, right? That's support over here. That could be potential as well. A nice hold for a new up movement into the upside. If not, we're going to slide a little bit lower and then you're going to meet ourselves into the area of those two hips. But be aware of that one. It starts to get a little bit more dangerous just because on the daily side, people might not be aware of that one. On all of the highs that we created and the lows, every single structure behind that, it's been already tested. So sliding below and getting back at 86.3 or even below that, you might slide quite heavily lower, right? Same thing to the upside, right? Right now, if you start to close anything above it, 93, yeah, exactly 93 area. So this is the hip over here into that resistance. You start to get back above it and fight this area over here. So, right, this is the stuff that you are facing right now. All of that stuff, like on the daily side, been already tested on a high time frame. So be aware of that. That means it's gonna be like free falling or free flying, technically, if you want to say it like that, right? Because there is not much that's gonna hold us till we're gonna meet the area over here. And below us, like, yeah, we're getting back into the area of this whole structure. Not much, but still something to think about, right? Just be aware of that. People most of the times forgot about things because they are paying attention a little bit on the different time frames, and you don't see that stuff when you're gonna be on 1 hour or 4 hour. But overall, we are still in this whole range, a little bit more above it, right? There is potential we're gonna come back into it and testing some levels and some structure. Yes, till we're not gonna break the December level, right? That's the whole area that we're gonna send a little bit more lower. That's still fine. Potentially that's gonna be a nice long in between the previous week and the March. I will look for a quite nice long from this area. That next cent from that area might break all of that stuff then, because we've been already so heavily fighting that resistance that it could do the trick. Or even holding the December in the weekly, right? If you start to grind into that, like I've been mentioning, something like this, start to grind and then pop it, right? So yeah, just be aware, right? Yes, we did settle a higher high. Great stuff, right? Love it. Love to see it, but there is still a resistance above it. And on top of that, just don't forget that we still, after setting a new high, we still could do something like this, right? This is still potential. To be honest with you, right? Kind of looking like. Be aware. It's not something that you are right now aiming to get back at 125K. Just be aware that we might do some grinding upward stuff and then try to get back from get from the cliff again, right? That kind of sketchy move. People are quite easily forget about those kind of moves. But yeah, it's good. It's great. So right now you're aiming for any kind of support around the December or previous weekly. That's a proper long, and then you're aiming to get a little bit more higher up. But just be cautious, right? There is a lot of resistance above us, so there's a potential, a lot of pressure as well coming in. Okay, potentially looking good. We are starting to recover stuff, starting to break. So the strength coming into the market. I don't want to be that bullish, bearish anymore. Still a little bit more on the both sides, but so far I'm just looking at levels and trying to get quite cool-headed about it, not jumping a gun or something, right? Overall, on the 4-hour, be aware as well, we are starting to get overheated, right? Next sign that you're gonna have on capital flow, and not on the capital flow index, but on the cash outflow, the reversal sign. If that's gonna come in, right, we potentially might do some stuff to the downside, to some pullback or whatever, right? If that's gonna get into that area right now. 1 hour already as well. It's quite heavy overheated. Yeah, we start coming back into the neutral line. So next time we're gonna see that sign, that cross, right? It's a pullback, definitely. And of course, as well, what some people maybe not overlooking it, 12 hours start to get as well quite overheated. So be aware if you're gonna see another one reversal or a trend change or cash outflow on higher time frame, potentially a pullback, right? Daily one, been looking at that one as well for a while. Been mentioning that for as well from that dump. We still didn't get above the neutral line, right? So be aware. That's the flip that's gonna send you a little bit more higher up. If you're gonna see that, that's great. Then we're gonna be back into this area, or maybe already back on 98.8. That's great, but be aware. Since we dump from retrace or pullback from the October 14, we didn't come back that high anymore on the oscillator. So that's nice, all good, and there is pressure on both ways. As you can see, as I've been mentioning, this is still resistance, right? We wick into that and we retrace straight, right? Yes, we had a nice buyback, but look at that, how we reacting to this area. Instead, we're gonna react from this area. So always be aware, always see your resistance. What's the stuff that's holding us down? This, right? That was the high. We broke from this low, we settled a new one, we never come back, even test that. The second time we didn't come back, the third time we didn't come back, and this is the fourth time. So we still aiming to this block over here, right? This is the high that you need to regain. Right, this is the high, the most important high right now. Regain that, you're gonna get back in a 899-ish and 100 area. But so far, this is the stuff that's still holding us. Yes, we do regain the structure. That's good. That's really giving you the strength. But so far, be aware. Use a small pullback. Hopefully, it's gonna be a weekly and December level. That should be great. That should be really, really potential strong if we're gonna keep holding that and grinding that stuff. Been doing that for a couple times as well. Like you see that stuff happening. Like for example, over here, or this stuff like grinding, holding it, and then you have a cent, right? That stuff, it's good. When back in the December, you might do some longer ranges, right? Potentially, this is still fine to do that, right? Grind it out and break out stuff and then hold it. That's good. I would like that as well. Don't mind it at all. So yeah, let's see what we have as well on the different indicators showing us. Don't think there is a lot of change from yesterday. We did, hit the small order block over here, right? What we had 3 of them. Now we have 2. So that's the second one that's holding us down, and then you have the one more above us. So yeah, and this is good. Look at that. On 4 hour, we have overlapping order blocks. That's great. That stuff is good. If you have that, that's definitely already 90% along from it. If you're gonna come back into it, you're gonna have a reaction from it, right? Definitely. So that's good. That's showing already a strength and positioning into the market. So now I would lovely to be coming back into that one for the easy long. Next, liquidity. Yeah, we are flirting and kind of like grinding into that band, right? Right now we are a little bit more above, but we used to be as well, so we can easily come back into the lows and then regain that again. But already, if you're gonna stay here, I'm gonna mention this weekly and the December level, that would be great. Holding that stuff, then the core trend is gonna stick below us, and that's gonna help us to send a little bit more higher up. That's good, potentially. But yeah, there is potential for a pullback as well. Hopefully it's gonna be a small one. Okay. So yeah, that's a little bit on the biddy. A little bit on the biddy. Let's have a look what, for example, ETH is doing. Great stuff. Nice regain. Ooh, we got into the high, and that's what you want as well. If you can regain the high, just get into it with the wick, come back, hold this as a support, right? Coming back in that's a long. You're gonna grind into it and you're gonna slide through that high. Then the next one that you're gonna aim for it is this one, of course. I will not even bother with that one. Just do just with this one a little bit more, and then you're gonna send it back into the area of 3.2. So starting to look nice. Really good stuff. Surprise about ETH. Really good. Solana, still not much change. We are still in this range like I mentioned yesterday. Right, this is the range. Play the range till it breaks. Right, easy as it gets. So far as well, we didn't regain the high. Right, be aware of that. This high didn't been regained. It got touched, same as ETH. So that's already 1 point for it. Next time you're gonna come back into that one, you're gonna slide a little bit more higher up. Potentially this could do a little bit more bigger range, like is it already doing? What's that for range? Like 16%. That's quite pretty range to be trading it. So yeah, that's super neat of it. Let's have a look on hype as well. So yeah, I mentioned that as well. That was the lower low. We settled another one. So technically we're still in the downside, right? This is still continuing. Still, we're not gonna regain this. I said yesterday as well, this block over here will hold you down for a while. And look at that. Like, it perfectly get into that. That's fine on the wick. And easily you retrace all of it where below all of that block, right? It's still holding us. Regaining means coming back into it, doing some stuff like this, and then you're gonna pop it, right? That's how you're gonna regain all of this block. But this is heavy stuff. I can assure you. It's not gonna be easy. So yeah, but still potentially good, right? It's still holding. If you're gonna hold the low right now, that's fine. That's perfect for hype. I mean, overall, like it's been time to do some damage, right? To the upside as well. But yeah, it's still potentially going lower. We could, wait, why is the liquidity indicator gone? Oh, we could potentially do another small pullback, right? Do something like this into the December weekly. Hold that as your support, regain the daily, and then grind into the stuff of this. I would like that. That heavy flip, not even coming back into the lows. That mid area over here, hold that. That would be really good support. Yeah. I would like that. So yeah, let's see what this is doing. Yeah, as mentioned as well, this hip over here, it's gonna hold you down, right? This pattern, like guys, you need to like remember that pattern for life. This M pattern, it's support or resistance, depends from which area you're coming into it. So getting into that, that's gonna be a reaction, right? It's gonna hold you for a while. It's gonna stop. That's the TP area as well, always for me. And then break that. Where do you go in this stuff, right? This area over here. So yeah, still good, still nice. Flipping the daily, I would like that, and holding that stuff, right? Like most of the coins, if the coins are above the December and the weekly, most of them will be, right? This is the area right now to hold on that, right? You don't want to break it. Leave this fair value and kind of like a V bottom thingy over here. Leave this alone and stay above the weekly and the December. That would be awesome. And then you can do some damage to the upside. Yeah. The same thing on here. AVEX is it got already into it. Next time AVEX is gonna turn around. That thing has been already twice, 3 times tested. So 4 times even with this week. I have a feeling AVEX start to get a little bit weaker. Or they leaving it a little bit more alone right now. Market maker doesn't do much. Because if you really go into the low time frame stuff, I saw some like really sketchy price action, like that price action somewhere. Remember where it was? Oh, that's injective. Jesus, I was talking about AVEX. Sorry. Yeah. So injective is a little bit weaker. Sorry. Yeah. So AVEX then did regain its stuff, because I remember we had here or here some sketchy price action and really dead price action on a low time frame. I was looking at it. But yeah, it is what it is. All of the alts are weak still. So yeah. Overall, yeah, looking good. Most of it is quite nice in green, so that's good. And now we need to hold it, right? So most important thing, hold the daily or the weekly together with the December. But still, don't forget, and this is as well like good to remember, there is a block below this whole V bottom. So yeah, even we're gonna find the support over here. This is as well a good area that we potentially might bounce from it. Or if not, that's gonna push us a little bit lower, right? Just be aware of that. And the stuff above it is a bit all of the places. It's not something significant. It's not something that I will pay attention for. It's like, oh, this stuff got pulled already. So, I mean, also fake. This stuff got pulled, was heavy as well. Only have the 800 over here, but this stuff got pulled. So there's weird stuff over here. More significant to the downside, but it is what it is, right? So yeah, pay attention. This is gonna be quite important as well. Couple 4-hour closes today. Definitely the daily close. See if you're gonna hold this, grind above this stuff, all fine. To be honest with you, like you could even make something like this, close below this stuff, but holding on the level and then start to regain, hold, regain, and then do something like this and go off, right? Some, not really sketchy, but some trappy price action, right? For the retail to jump the boat. But yeah, still good. It is a higher high, and I need to give it to the bulls, and that's great. Great stuff to see. Been a while, so yeah, happy days, I guess. Let me have a look on the chat. You guys been talking about GoDaddy. Stuff yesterday. I wanted to pay attention too much into the. Yeah. You're long over there. Yeah, I see. Always like that. You need to front run the front run, right? Oh, did he point it out? Oh, okay, cool. I didn't realize that. Sorry. Look at nice in the short. Nice. Good one. This is still. Okay, like knowing Stu, he is still in the short. Yeah, see? His invalidation didn't go hit yet, so that's great. And as well, like why this is invalidation. Like if you're gonna get above that, where do you start to get? Like above all of that into the high of this. Yes, that's gonna be invalidation because most likely you're gonna get into it, right? Break, and then if that's gonna be the strength. So yeah, he's not wrong at all. Oh, of course, right now, technically already, this is your area to aim. Why? That's the high, that's the low. Technically you broke it, but you regained the higher high already. So yep. Magic wand on TradingView. Magic wand. What?
If we do hold December though, it will be a beautiful V bottom.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mentioned that yesterday. This was technically a V bottom. Yeah, yeah. And now we sent into it, get back, and then yeah, done. Or even the bigger stuff as well, like this. I guess that's what you mean, right? That's the biggest, the high time frame one. Yeah.
Like a micro 4-hour one, yeah, because the lower one's the 1 hour V bottom.
Yeah, exactly. That's the low time frame what we did, and this could be, yeah, technically, yeah. If that's gonna be the play, then oh boy, we're gonna send into the 100K stuff, yeah. Yep. Definitely. So yeah, that's why I said this is the level to watch out for and be aware. Right now, grind into it, fine. Break out, coming back, that's still fine, right? What kind of party did you have that your voice is a little bit cracky?
No, it's just I need some water, and then I'm on my laptop as well too, so you're getting the natural voice, not the like I'm just really like you're playing out naturally on my laptop. So wherever the fuck the microphone's at on this thing,
Yeah, I never know as well. Like they're always on the weird spots.
and that's why, because originally my missus wasn't supposed to leave until 11, and then she ended up having to leave at 8, and so the market update starts at 9:30, and I was like, well, no, my like Anakin's gonna be screaming the whole time.
Oh, for sure, yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's why I text you like, yeah, are you still up for? Just to making sure that's gonna be covered.
You guys gonna deal with me tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna be coming back tomorrow.
Tonight, so.
I did my part already. Close to being Adam and Eve with the explosive.
What do you think on hype? Do you think December as well?
Yeah, definitely. That would be really good hold for hype and recover as well. Because like yeah, I've been saying as well this sketchy little lower low on it, right? We broke the structure still, so it's still in continuation. But yeah, this block is holding us down. So for me, the most perfect scenario will be coming back at the December and then send like that mid range. That would be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the just because on like I mean you're on the 4 hour, but on the 1 hour, like it did test that is like resistance, and then now if we flip it, it'd be nice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Awesome. That would be cool. That would be really cool. Yeah. Yeah, still positive about that. And to be honest with you, like, yeah, I mean, I like that whole retrace as well on the hype. And like, I would like, of course, like everyone will be hype around the 20 bucks, but you don't get it. This is as well freaking fine, right? Like, if you're not buying spot right now, then I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, or even DCing into it, right? Like, I mean, come on, the lowest that we've been here on a hype, it's been like freaking what? When was it? Like May, around May-ish area. Yeah, like come on, guys. Yeah, exactly. Scale orders. Like those are the most easiest one. If you are scared of trading whatever, or like scared to miss out something, like scale in. Like I make this tool as well for my students. Like use this FIP tool. Right? This is the fucking easiest one as well. Like, louder and freaking in. Make it more, right? Done. Like, you get there, like, freaking hell, I'm gonna put my house on it. Not only on Hive, but like on most of the coins as well. Like I've been doing with Apex and Injector as well. I've been buying shitloads of spot on that one. Burr as well. Like that stuff is getting crazy as well. Like I've been buying every single low, I've been saying. And look at that. Like my average, I guess, right now is yeah, I don't remember. Somewhere like that. 7.3, I guess. I don't know. I need to check. But then still, right? Yeah. That's the easiest one, guys. Buy some spot and forget about it. And then all-time high, mid time frame is. I need to put this in the all of that stuff in the folder. But then chunk over here, like that's the TP. Let's say this is the TP, and then next one, if you reach it, take this area over here, and then this whole box. What I'm still aiming for. On making money while you're sleeping. So yeah. But I agree on hype, yeah. Go back at the midpoint of the range, December, hold that. That would be freaking awesome. This stuff, it's been already all tested into it, right? The highs not yet, but then yeah, grinding out of it, like doing something like this, like or back at this high. Yep. Yeah, would be nice. Would be really nice. And we're starting to see some strength to get back at the market. You see as well, long and short ratio. It's starting to come close to neutral line. So this is quite positive, right? It's not said that we are like done with the whole move. This is the bottom, and we are not going to go lower anymore. Like potentially right now, this is the area that we are fighting to get back at the highs and regain all of that freaking juicy. Oh my god, juicy stuff over here, right? To take a bit of this. Right? I'm still aiming. At least we're gonna get back at the 107 first, right? Hopefully, let's see if we're gonna get a little bit more higher up. That means 115, right? I'm not aiming anymore more for this block. I don't think that block's gonna be reached, or if that's gonna be happening, then that's fine. But for now, those are the two levels that I'm aiming for. Why? Because not only this is the most juicy liquidity, there is above that the value gap. So there is like the dead zone of volume liquidity. So not really something that maybe they will be attractive to push. And if so, then it's fine, right? But then I'm always aiming stepwise. And that's this. Like, so yeah. Good, great stuff. Awesome. Like to see it. And even right now, the best part of it, and it's not really shilling, but just mentioning because like we're kind of happy about it, like doing this, using this, right? Like, okay, I understand there is no Bitcoin yet into it. They're still working that one. But using one of those ones, like you're gonna be covered, right? No matter which move we're gonna do, you're gonna be covered. You're gonna be fine with it. You're gonna take the trades, you're gonna take the profits while you're sleeping or while you're away, spending time with family, doing different things instead of sitting here and doing the boring stuff what we're doing in front of the charts. Like this is the game right now, guys. So yeah. Well, good stuff. We have some support below us. Let's see how we're gonna hold on that one. And then yeah, grind into the resistance. Yeah. Coming back, like believe me, this area over here, that's gonna be a really nice and juicy long, right? If you're gonna come back into it, hold that, and then start reversing. Because like you think about it as well. I like to say that like think about this as well. Like this is like a I don't know plank of wood, plank or whatever. You are a hammer and you're smashing into it, right? The first time you're not gonna smash through it. Second time it's gonna be like bros or whatever. Third time it's gonna crack, and then fourth time it's gonna be like weekend, and the fifth time that's freaking you're gonna destroy that plank, right? So yeah, that's how you deal with the resistance, and that's how you deal with support. First time, you're always going to have a reaction from it. Second time as well. And third and the fourth time start to get weaker and weaker and weaker, right? It's all about the patience. And just position you well, right? So, I mean, what we are doing, this is range, right? You short the top and you long the bottom, or a little bit more front run it. Till you're going to break, right? Till you're going to be once stopped out from your trade, one of another trade is going to take it over, or you're going to just like re-enter on the pullback and carry on in the direction what the market is going. You follow the trend. And in the range, you play the hedge game. But yeah, there are plenty ways to deal with it. Plenty. So yeah, guys, any questions so far? I think we covered quite a lot. Anyone want to jump on the stage? Sing a song? Like Zeus did? His sexy voice? What you been all talking about? Gosh, cooling, what do you think? Yeah. I want lower, more. When moon? I told you guys, moon doesn't exist. It only exists in Hollywood, right? There is one special place when they build up the moon, they shoot the films and everything, and right? I'm wrong. How is the story going about the moon? Is it there or is it not? But if the Earth is flat, is the moon flat as well? How does that work? Or is that where? I don't know. Didn't pay attention in school. So yeah. I think that's all the YouTubers going to do it. If no moon. Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah. What they gonna show off, cry about, or like, yeah, which Lambo? I mean, what's gonna be then? It's gonna be like a Lambo that they're gonna show, or if there is not gonna be a moon, what they gonna show off then? Right? Dewey. Oh, that's been a long time, I guess. Dewey. I had it, I think somewhere over here. Yeah, I had it. Yeah. That's a really freaking good one. Bro, from the lower low, you send it straight ahead. That one big ass candle on the 4 hour killed this whole structure in once. Now, if you talk about strength, and this is it. Done. You don't even want to come back at the day and weekly. Hold the daily and you send it straight. Now, that's what we are talking about. When I break the news a little bit, it's not going to be all gloomy and funny. This is the wrong one, but you know what I'm going to say, what Stu is going to say as well. But this is still, holy shit. This is still the resistance that you're going to aim for, right? That's obvious. We all know that. That's going to be the whole resistance area. But yeah, this is freaking great. This is good. Long the shit out of it. Yeah. Potentially reversing. Let's see if we're going to hold the daily. I really would like to hold the daily and forgot about all of that. But then potentially we can come back at the weekly and day sample as well. But yeah, this stuff is great. This is really, if you see that, like you have sideways move from like couple days or like weeks and you just regain that with one candle, boy, oh boy, that shit is strength. Strong as fuck. Yeah, this is good. Really good. And if you flip this right now into your support resistance into your support, yeah, bro, all that shit. Netflix. Yeah, I told yesterday I've been mentioning that one. Like, yeah, oh shit, I didn't realize that. So I said like yesterday as well, like, I took out. It's over here, Claudia. You cannot see it, but I took out over here most of it. I left 30% run on it, and I really gonna forget about it because believe me, like this shit takes ages. Like it took me 22. I've been already somewhere over here, like a little bit before. So it's from October, end of October, till freaking December, doing what, 10%? Like, bro, this shit is sadly doing some really slow movement, but it is what it is. It's stocks, right? So yeah, that's how they are. And yeah, those levels still aiming, and this is still in the continuation, and I'm really gonna freaking love it when it's gonna go lower. But yeah, it is what it is. It played out quite nicely, and I'm almost forgot about it. Yeah, that 30%, I don't care about it. It's gonna take the TP over here as well, and let's see how deep it's gonna roll. I don't know. It takes. That's why I like crypto, right? It's a little bit more volatile. It's a little bit more quicker. It's a little bit more aggressive. Now I know why I don't do this more often. Like this shit to get 10% from the move. It's in 2 weeks or 2 months almost. It's sad. But yeah. Still, new low. As it gets. Next target, 99. Netflix below 100. Ooh. Christmas time. Yeah, good stuff, good stuff. Yeah, that played quite nice. I really like that. Yeah. Jesus, the whole TA that I did on that one is freaking hilarious. I've been really on top of that one. But let's have a look on the... Yeah, Apple is freaking sending it like always. What do we have over here? Amazon. Getting back, RSI flip, so yeah. Okay. Google was sending as well, like, why? I don't fucking understand why they fucking send it. I like that. I'm still aiming. We might gonna find our seller over here. Microsoft. Oh yeah, I was mentioning that as well. Double top. Tesla. Look at that. Let's see if we're gonna flip that. Media. Nice into the pocket. Nice. I've been doing some TA as well for some mentees. Oh yeah, good stuff. Anyhow, if there are no questions from you guys, I might close it or switch it off in an hour because I'm still need to do my own stream later on. Not stealing or something, but I'm still on later on, so you're gonna hear me if people gonna freaking want to listen to me again. If not, I understand completely. Have a good one, guys. Enjoy your day. And yeah, bot master. That's the only thing what we should say to you, all of you. That's gonna make you freaking money. Go for it. Use it. Use it wisely. It's gonna make your life easier. And yeah, hopefully, maybe I will see you later on. If not, then I understand completely. You don't want to listen to my yapping around. Have a good one. Enjoy. Tomorrow's gonna be Zeus, and after tomorrow, Vikings coming back, I guess. Hopefully. So yeah, gonna hear from him finally. Did you miss him, by the way? Be honest. Have a good one. See ya. Love you all. Bye.